Okay, you see that big thick green shoot that's coming out? This thing right here, that's called a seed pod. And one of them has already opened up, and I'll show you that one. But I'm going to take this out before it opens up. Okay, so this is what I'm going to use. It's just a standard branch saw. It's retractable. I got this at a hardware store. So it comes like that, and then it opens up like that. Okay, here's a seed pod. And I'm going to cut it down at its base here. Now, I'm on an 8-foot ladder, and it's actually not high enough for me. So I don't want to go too high on this ladder because I don't want to fall off. I don't have a spotter right now. But I suggest you have a spotter. Anyway, so I'm just going to cut in at an angle up top and bottom, take out a chunk here, and then I'm going to get some rope and attach it around the top here and then pull it and take it off that way. And I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so I'm gonna cut it at an angle. I'm very careful not to touch or cut into any of the tree here. I'm trying to keep it away from any of the other fronds because I don't want to hurt them because it'll lessen their life. Okay, so that's about as far as I'm going to go from the top. And then I'm going to cut from under here. Alright, so I got that chunk out. I'm going to go up a little higher now, and from behind, I'm just going to saw just a little bit. And the purpose of this is I'm going to make a little cut at the top here, just enough so that I'm going to put my rope in there, and it'll hold my rope. As you can see, I got my rope around it now, and so now I'm going to go down below and pull on it. There's the rope. It's connected to the seed pod up there, and now I'm standing a bit of away from there, and I'm just going to yank. And there we go. So now I'm going to go up there, and I'm just going to cut off that piece right now. Okay, now so I'm just going to take the branch saw and just cut the rest of the seed pod off. And I'm cutting away from the tree. And there we go. So there's a seed pod. And this thing is pretty heavy, and it's filled with those little seeds, and zaps a lot of energy away from the tree because there's a lot of water in there. So I turned it over now, and just wanted to show you that was a little cut I made for my rope, so the rope was able to hold in there and not slide down the seed pod. It was able to hold in there while I grabbed it and I yanked on it. Okay, so I cut the pod in half, and as you can see, these are all seeds right here, and it's very heavy, and that's the reason there's so much weight on there. All those seeds in there, you know, that are taking up all the water from the tree. Okay, so this is what it looks like when one of the seed pods opens up, and you can see those little strands right now. If I don't cut it out, eventually they're going to all kind of produce like these nuts. I don't know if they're dates or not, but if you just leave them up there for a long time, you'll have a lot of fruit, and then that'll be a hell of a lot heavier. And then what do you do with it all? Okay, so I'm just going to cut it off right here, and I'm just going to make sure I don't cut into the tree. I'm just going to cut this little piece that's now coming out. Okay, that was pretty easy. Okay, and now what's left is this shell of the seed pod, and it's hard now, and so we're going to cut that off from behind. So I'm just going to put my saw from behind this shell now, and cut outwards. Careful not to cut into the frond right here, right next to it. All right, timber, it's done. Okay, and this is what the empty shell looks like. Not that heavy, and that's going to be pretty easy to cut up, put in the green waste. Okay, a couple more things I want to show you. See that? There's another one that's popping up. I may let that grow a little more before I cut it down. And then over here, you can't see this, let me get over here. See that right there? That's another one popping up, and that one's got a ways to go before I cut it down. Anyway, this is just the nature of this tree. This type of palm tree, it produces those. So, you know, you got to keep up on these things, otherwise it'll be overrun with that stuff. You'll have like a number of them shooting up and opening up and have all this really heavy fruit. I don't even know if you can eat the fruit, but it'll be all hanging off and the tree will look pretty bad. So that's what you do to get rid of them. And you see that long shoot? That's a good thing. That's going to be a new frond. Never ever cut one of those down, because then you'll kill the whole tree. So anyway, that's kind of a little basic primer on this. Hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for watching.